What up? How are we doing? Episode 104. If you missed episode 103 because you didn't watch it live, you just missed it because I deleted it. And we did like a gear review kind of thing instead. About lost my mind that day. Ended it very aggravated. But yeah, that is what it is. Can't control what happens, can't control people. So 103 is one of those mystery ones. Like I said, if you didn't see it live, you may have missed it. Well, you for sure missed it. But yeah, it's episode 104. Clout-Criminals, aka your weekly violations. Start them out like I always do. Shouting out the people that are literally keeping this channel going. I would have took a long break by now. You guys wouldn't have heard from me. But In the Trees, William Moxie, Low Impact Forestry and Tree, Ground Pounder, J306, Super Shea, 5 Chris Beckett, James R, Buck Gastalls, Buckwheat, Guilty of Treason, Veterans Tree Service, Birchleaf, DJ Leslie, Dano Tree Works, Tree Mugs, and Timber Slasher 4899. Those people are part of the memberships, and that is where all my edited content goes. That is where I would say 75% of what I do for social media goes. So yeah, if you want to join, it's there. It's also, when it's on members, it is not monetized. I don't monetize it at all. So there's no ads. You get it completely ad-free. What up, Chris? Bad for you? What's going on? Joseph. Oh, I appreciate that, Joseph. I really do. Yeah, I mean, I guess I should say it all the time, but I hate nagging people. I want to tell you that there's a button there that you can hit that would help me out. It's difficult for me to even do the membership thing. I just feel awkward. But I do really appreciate those people, so like I have to. How's everybody doing? Yeah, facts, Chris. Facts. Yeah. This was I mean, they're all interesting weeks. So this one, I guess, was no different. It's a little weak for content. Part of that is going to have to be my fault, because I am looking to find some new channels to start reviewing. I unsubscribed to a few channels. I just can't take it. Like, either it's too cringy, the person just gets on my nerves, or like it's just redacted. If that's the nicest way I could say it. Some of the stuff I just can't take. What up, Nate? Dan, how's it going? Yeah, Merry Christmas, Jay. Not a whole lot, Dan. How are you, brother? What's up, Joseph? I do that all the time. End up stealing all the lighters out of the house before I commit. Oh, big deal. Before I start this live feed, I must give the biggest thank you and shout out, because this showed up at my door this morning. I said, that's wild. Wonder what that is. I read the tag on the side, and it doesn't say a name. I mean, it says my name, but it just says Wesper. And I'm like, what? I didn't order nothing. I go to pick it up, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of heavy. So let me first, let me tell you, I'd say, when was that? That would be, not this Friday. It was maybe around Monday. I think it was Monday. I went down south. We did a live feed. Whatever day it was, I don't remember what day it was, but I did a live feed on my way down with you guys. And we went down there. We ended up falling a bunch of just insane, fat, gnarly trees. Like, some of them were just super fat. Some of them were stupid tall, rotten, hard leaning. Like, I ended up breaking my axe. I cut my longest rigging rope that I have. Well, so now it was like 75 foot. I don't even have a rigging rope anymore. And I had my 1/2 inch 12 strand rope that I use for pulling trees over and for kind of minor rigging. Well, we cut the rigging rope and I lost that rope. That rope's gone now. I've had that rope for, I don't know, it's like going on, it's like 8 years I've had that rope. It has been cut, it's been shortened, but like, that's my rope. I use that thing so much. And the other day I was helping my brother out, and yeah, it turned out like we got in the back, it wasn't there, it's gone. So I lost it, left it there or something, and it's like 2.5 hours south. So fingers crossed it's out in the woods there somewhere underneath all the brush and stuff. But I can't even pull a tree over until now. I've never, ever owned a 3-strand rope before in my life. I've used them to like pull stuff. I don't think I've ever used them in tree work. So this, I believe, is a 250 foot 3-strand 1/2 inch rope. Sent to me by Brandon, who goes by Low Impact Forestry and Tree. Okay, I'm not even, the kindness and like generosity and support is insane. Absolutely not insane, like, it's amazing. It's very humbling. Thank you, like, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. But I don't know if he realizes how much he just saved me with this. So, Brandon, lift is what, because Low Impact Forestry and Tree, it spells lift. Thank you so much. So hopefully he's in here tonight, and if he's not, if you see him and you could thank him, he's the man. I really, 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 really appreciate it. So yeah, I can't believe that. That was like, he did ask for my address, but like I thought it would be sick to have like a t-shirt. I thought he was gonna send me a t-shirt or something, and like my mind is absolutely blown. I don't even know how to express how grateful I am, but thank you so much. Yeah, bad for you. He blew my mind there. That's amazing. So, explain the guilty and the rubber gloves this episode. Well, okay, I explained that last episode, and then a little bit in the other live feed. I'll give you the break. So this is the rumor I'm hearing that's going around the internet, and I'm just gonna lay it out to you real quick, just to answer Jay's question. Nate, what's that? How does that say? Nate J. So he says, do you explain guilty and the rubber glove in this episode? So I've heard two different stories. The one that is really catching traction that's going around the internet, they're kind of a newer. What up, John? What's up, brother? They're kind of a newer group of guys that have built a team, and they were looking to do like a team bonding experience. and they're getting, you know, older, middle aged, and everyone, when you start to get that age, a prostate exam is very important. So as a team building, this is just what I'm being told. As a team building exercise, they decided to do them on each other, the exams. Um, I don't know, no, I don't know how that went. I don't know the outcome, the results, or anything. But and then as like a celebration of their bond, they apparently decided to wear them for the rest of the day, which involved them doing that job, and then they kept them, which is kind of weird. But the even doing it's weird. So it's like, uh, yeah. And then the other rumor is that the parks department asked them to wear them so they didn't get any disease or germs or infect anything that went into the river, because some tribe drinks from that or something like that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the first one. We've been blessed by Randy, or Ryan. Randy is the Mandy. He's been swinging in here every once in a while, so I haven't asked him because it's kind of embarrassing. I don't know if they wanted that out there. I think that's the reason Jacob didn't explain it in the, in the intro. But yeah, that's its own thing. So, I lost this. I was pissed. I could not find this after that last live feed. It was like laying outside. But here's a good tool to have. Steel makes this. Dude, I don't know. I mean, maybe, I don't know, John. But it's everything in one. So pops out, folds out. What's nice is you can crack your bolts open and then turn it straight and then use it like a screwdriver to get it out faster. Same thing with both sides. And then it's got all of these. And what's really nice, you know how aggravating it is to try to get a hold of those? Well, it's got this little thing on the back. You push it, and it pops those up. So for the longest time, I didn't know what the hell that thing was right there. And then I pushed it one day, and I was like, oh. I probably wouldn't have, cracked a couple fingernails if I would have, noticed that. So, yeah, it's a good tool to have. Really nice and compact. You could actually, as a climber, you could keep this one on your belt, and it has everything. But yeah, good tool to have for anybody that's looking for a good chainsaw tool. They do have that ratchet scrunch now, which is sick. I wish I had one of those. But yeah, episode 104. Let's do it. PSAs for this week. I think this may be our last one. And then we'll be into Christmas. Christmas be over with before the next one. We'll be around New Year's, I believe. But PSAs, your public service announcements for this week. I can't even believe that I have to say this, but do not fart on people, especially your family. If you didn't have a chance to catch my short that I uploaded, I was watching Buck and Billy Ray, and he just decided to shit on his son-in-law. He calls Luke family. Captain Gimbal, I think is his middle name or something like that. But he just kind of shit on him and then act like he didn't do anything. And I didn't like that. I thought it was a little funny, but yeah, you shouldn't do that. I think he's losing his mind. First he lost his mind, now he's lost control of his bowels. So keep an eye over there. I think that guy's just gone. So you're a fan of the ratchet scratch? I mean, I get it. I think it looks sick. It looks like it'd be nice. I got one of them. Aren't as sick as you would think. What, that tool or the ratchet scrunch, Joseph? Everybody seems to have the ratchet scrunch now. But okay, so yeah, you don't do that. This is just a heads up to some of the content creators that are out there. I think this would be, I'm just trying to help out. If you could, and you still have time, ask Santa Claus for a personality. It will help the content, and get it along a little better. But, yeah, you just, what do you want for Christmas? A personality. That would help some of this. I wouldn't be unsubscribing to more channels than I'm subscribing to, if this was the case. The next, I would say, there's no need to glaze and impersonate your favorite influencers. But my God, it's just nothing but a bunch of goofy clones. So wish they were finer though. Right on. So it's more like personal this week. Like, I didn't think I had to tell you, like, don't shit on people, ask for a personality, stop glazing. And then the other thing is, like, everything's, maybe I'm just getting old and grumpy, but I'm super young and hip at the same time, so that don't make any sense if you're asking me. But too much of it's cringy and cornball. I can't do it no more. Like, it's too cringy, and everybody's turned into a complete cornball when they get in front of a camera. I think you forget you're supposed to be a man. That's, just, I can't. It's not bad to be a man. I think some of these guys may think it is. And if my honest advice to every guy out there, be confident in being you. Stop grifting off someone else to try to get followers or views or this or that. Be confident in being you. You should develop and, like, ooze confidence from the fact that you go do an honest living and go home and support your family. That should be enough. But you can see the insecurities. Guys can't even be their self on camera anymore. They're playing characters. They're doing anything for a, like, have some self-confidence. And stop grifting off everybody else. It's just weird, okay? Let me catch up on comments, and then we will go straight into the violations. You gotta beat it on. That's no good. There's no such thing, John Bob. No such thing, brother. It's probably a good idea, Joseph. Save the aggravation of using it on the job site, and then, yeah, I would be aggravated and worried that I'm going to lose it all the time, too. Alright. Let's do it. First channel. And this guy decided, guilty of treason. First one. So I may actually do timestamps for the first time at 19 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay. Guilty of treason puts out a video. Easily my toughest tree job so far. Exclamation point, exclamation point. It starts with him closing Sappy Supplies' location and moving equipment. It turns out Big Flav is not there. He's on vacation. And then, I don't know how I feel about this, but someone let Perry Trees into the U.S. And I think we should start checking a little more. I don't know. But they let this guy in the States, and Jacob seen him and took him home. And so I think his name's Adam from Perry Trees. Shows up to basically because I think Jacob just needed to know how to tie knots and do TikTok dances. So he's like, "Hey, Adam, you think you could come?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a master." So he shows up. He's gonna teach him some TikTok dances and then how to tie some knots. As Adam goes to, I'm gonna call him Perry Trees because maybe people don't know him as Adam. So as he's talking, Randy, like, I think he may need a translator at first. Like, he just, huh? And then he tries to blame it on that he's getting old and he's going deaf. I think that, look, be real. His voice, like, he don't even sound right. It's too proper, first of all. And then, like, he says weird words. And I don't know if it's Randy's fault. I think it's Perry Tree's fault. So Jacob pulls up, and it's on a very steep hill. Talk about drugs on here. What the hell? You guys are wild. Yeah. Hopefully somebody turned you guys in. Alright. So, they pull up in the location. For some reason, Jacob brings the crane and, like, all the equipment. And they're on a pretty steep hillside. So his plan, the trees are too far away. He's going to plan to take the trees down, but then crane the stuff out over the house. But they have to take it, piece it out, and then move it to the spot the crane can actually reach. Jacob lets us know at one point, while he's putting together the stuff, the cribbing for the to balance the crane out. He says he has $15,000 worth of cribbing under the crane. Because, like, he tries to balance it, can't balance it, goes to balance it once, and then, like, takes one leg and moves it, and it looks like it almost, like, falls over off the thing. It looks sketchy as hell, but he finally maneuvers stuff around enough that he can get it balanced. He's got those new plates that they rotate and do angles and stuff. So, maybe those things cost a shitload of money. I don't really know. But if you have $15,000 worth of cribbing, which when I say cribbing, pieces of wood to give the crane a bigger footprint, $15,000 is crazy. That's crazy. Is that just me? You need $15,000 worth of cribbing to balance a crane out? No, thank you. They put Perry Trees is climbing. Randy's working the ground. Jacob is playing on the crane. So he's also having to do Big Flav's job and record. And of course he crybabies about it and it's like, it's so hard. And yeah, tell us all about how hard it is, Jacob, to make YouTube videos with your cameraman and your person who edits. Tell us how hard it is, Jacob. No, actually, for being stupid. That's violation 1. Don't cry about it when you have a cameraman normally and someone who edits your videos together. And 1 million subscribers. Actually, I'm changing. Shut up. Not just, don't just not cry. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. Still hasn't told me, like, we had an agreement. I would ease off him with the violations. He was going to he's going to pay me some money. He didn't send me no money. He was supposed to tell me the secret to YouTube because apparently he has it figured out. Didn't do that either. I'm starting to think this guy can't, he's not a man of his word. But Randy is on the ground and he's like working his ass off, running all over the place, trying to keep that ground. So he's running the ropes for Perry, then getting the piece down, then taking his dingo and grabbing the piece, taking it over to the drop location, and then strapping it up so that Guilty can then hit a lever and lift it and move it and put it in the front yard. So Randy's like just all over the damn place. He's also got to process them sometimes. But if I'm being honest, the Foreigner, maybe I should just call him the Foreigner from now on. I like that. He kind of slowed the crew down. I think mainly because he was like, they had to have known he was gonna TikTok and stuff and tie knots while he was up there. I think he was just up there tying knots and TikToking and just wasting time. But to get back at him, Jacob, because like I think Jacob's getting mad because he's up there TikToking, and Jacob's like, I'm not gonna feed this guy. And Perry Trees, Jacob didn't let him eat breakfast, didn't let him eat lunch, like tried to starve him out. I think he's something against food. But I just think that's not right. That's kind of rude. You should have been prepared for him. You know he's weird. He's a foreigner. Eats weird. So like you should have brought him some like blood pudding or some tea, dickhead. Like he should have had some tea. Because apparently Perry Trees says that they like start working and then they stop to have a tea break. Which is weird. Like it's something my daughter would do when she was little. But yeah, I don't know. They're different over there. They're different over there. So day one, Perry Trees climbs. He does his best. To tell you the truth, I'm actually impressed. Because originally, I didn't even know he could climb trees. I thought he could just do TikTok dances and tie knots. But turns out he can climb, which is cool. They end that day. Jacob starves him and tries to like just completely starve him out, which is kind of crazy. But then day two shows up, comes around. And I'm like, I would have done these trees in one day. That's crazy that it's taking him more than one day. Day two comes. And he calls Kevin to show up. Kevin is the one that wears like the Lego Man helmet. He shows up to help. And I think he called Kevin because he was worried that because he starved Adam, Perry Trees, because he starved him, that he wasn't going to be able to climb the next day. But it turns out he's a little tougher than most Brits, I guess. He probably drank nothing but tea all night long, and he got strong again. So the next day comes, they have Kevin there to climb, but Perry Trees is like, I'm going to climb. And he climbs anyway. We got to stop this. This is a violation. This has to stop. How in the hell did we manage to promote that scammer dude again? I don't think you realize how many videos, Jacob, there is with you promoting John's Custom Saws. The guy who has scammed everybody. Like, we just cut that part out of the videos or bleep it. That dude's name gets so much promotion on a channel that has over like more than 1 million subscribers. Just let his name die off so no one else gets scammed. But we always seem to point out, like, see this cool thing about this chainsaw or how good this yeah, this guy did it. It's not like you haven't said that he's a scammer. Like, you acknowledged it too. Just because he did you right, like, let's stop with that. I don't like that. Stop talking about that douche. Alright, so, Adam, Perry Trees, is up in the tree. He's a better climber than I thought. He can actually climb. He ends up being quite a bit better than I expected. He even uses like little tricks like that I use and that I've seen Randy use. Like the toe back if you're climbing and you're a long ways from your rigging point and you have issues getting the rigging rope back, you can take the tail of your climb line, put a carabiner, and clip it anywhere on the line so that it kind of goes with it, and then you can pull the rigging rope back to you. So he ends up using that trick. I just didn't expect it. I mean, he's better than I thought. What happened is he burnt me out tying knots and flicking them onto hooks so quick that I didn't get a chance to find out he's good at climbing. But yeah, I like that he was using those tricks. Jacob starts crying about the heads. I don't know why he's always doing this. Crybaby, stop. He's crying about the headsets and technology. I don't know. Stop. Just stop. I did notice one thing about Perry Trees when he climbs that I don't really like. Maybe it's because he's used to climbing like Tim-sized trees. And when I say that, I mean, you know, the smaller, shorter trees. He's used to that. And then he's, you know, here working with these guys, and it turns out he has to climb something that's got some size to it. And maybe he was leaving nubs because he was a little intimidated, a little sketched out from how tall they are. What's up, Trees? Yeah, so maybe he was sketched out because he's a stub lever, which I kind of am too. I will purposely leave one every once in a while, especially if I know I'm working the spar down and I want a real nice, comfortable tie-in spot, or for the very last tie-in point, so I can go dual rope on a straight stem. I will leave a little nub at the very bottom so that I can go and not have to use a cambium saver or anything, and then I can just work SRT all the way down. But he is a stub lever. It kind of makes you look like a noob, but he comes down, and I think Kevin ends up going up and finishing brushing out these cottonwood trees. Then they go to the front yard, and he puts Perry Trees up in a little cherry tree. They crane out the cherry tree. That goes pretty good. Oh, yeah. So Perry Trees turns into a little sissy, turns into a little girl when he had to take a crane ride, and he had to get a little bit off the ground. And he's like, but I respect the fact that he said, I will cry on camera. Don't do this. And I like that. So he's like, I'm gonna cry if you lift me up any higher. So Jacob like can't tease him, so he sets him down. I just thought it was kind of funny that he just turned into like a skittish little girl when he got a little bit off the ground. But at the same time, I also kind of thought it was funny. So Kevin and Perry Trees end up going at the end of the day to empty the chips, and this is when I see guys that have chip trucks and stuff, and they go to empty them, and it doesn't lift. Yeah, I'm like, enjoy your dump truck then. And you have to hand unload the chips? That seems lame as hell. But, of course, Jacob, being a smart boss, is like, you two go empty that. Because I feel like he knew that it wasn't going to dump. I think it was basically a setup thing. So he sends them, and they end up having to hand unload it. And Prairie tree gets a little dirt on his hands, and he's all upset about that. But they have to do it with like a board. And that ends day 2. So then day 3 shows up. And this is my favorite day. Because this ends up being a 4-day job. Which is absolutely crazy. Like I said, I would have done them all in the first day. But that's me. Day 3, they have a new guy show up. And this dude, I like this guy. I instantly went to Instagram and followed him. And then I feel rude. Because like he already follows me, and apparently I was a dick and didn't follow him back. But I don't get on Instagram much, so it's like, I don't know. If I jump on there, it's usually to like talk with my wife, because we kind of use that to communicate. And I rarely use it, okay? But this guy shows up, and he goes by Danimal. So his channel or his Instagram is there, and it's not often that I see a climber and I'm like, I like that guy. I think he's very good, and like I'm instantly impressed, and I feel like I relate to him big time. So I'm like, okay. But his Instagram is at 425 Danimal. So it's the word Dan and then Emol, like animal, but with a D. So 425 Danimal shows up, and he climbs because basically because Jacob and Adam are sissies, or they're playing grab ass or something. I don't really remember what the real reason was, but they have Danimal show up, and he's there to dominate. No, the CT Spur Sender? No, I don't. Endless Mountain, you're the man. I appreciate you. So, I use a hand ascender with a bungee on it for my spike ascender. I can put it on and take it off really quick. I'm not a fan of a spike ascender usually, because usually they're positioned in a way that I like to be able to see my gaff when it goes into the tree, and I use very small pole gaffs, so like even a very small foot ascender put onto my spikes gets in the way that I can't see it, and it makes it a little hard to, you know, get the spike in and be comfortable and stuff. So I'm not a fan of having one that's permanently attached, so that's where I came up with the idea of the hand ascender with the bungees. So that's my little secret weapon as a spike ascender. But Danimal shows up, and this dude kicks ass. I like this guy. The video starts day 3. The editor, for some reason, fire him. He's fired. Actually, he's fired. I'm going to say it right now. That's fired. So Jacob's editor is fired now. So now, Jacob, you can edit your own videos. This guy doesn't know the difference between a 261 and a 660? Or 660, whatever it is. They're using the 261. The Screaming Eagle. Dan was. Then he asked for a bigger saw. And the dude the editor labels it a 260. How do you make a 261 bigger? Because if you're editing the video, you're watching it, you got a 261. This guy asked for a bigger chainsaw. You give him another 261? No, it's a 661. Works great. Awesome. Isn't it it's positioned a little bit off from the... Isn't it positioned off from the gaff, though? It's not right up on the gaff like normally if you put like a foot ascender over the top. But I want to go back to my distal steel climbers. Right on. Yeah, so the editor's fired. he don't know the difference between a 660 and a 261. That Danimal dude dominates the whole time. Some of the like little intricate things that he does, I do, and I'm like, this dude. It sounds weird to be like when just because he does the things I do that he's good, but like I feel like these are little things that unless you're obsessed with something, you wouldn't even care to know it. Like you're good with just a snap cut. But think about this. You're doing snap cuts, okay? Cut here, pull it, it breaks, push it off. The problem with snap cuts is as the diameter starts to get big and you break them off, they'll tend to roll to one side or the other when you go to push them off because the tree's round. You know, it's in it. So you'll notice he'll make like a, I don't know, yeah I do. He'll make a big cut in on the piece. Big cut in. But then he'll take his saw and do like this. And take that little chunk out. So it's a Dutchman basic. Oh, god dang it. My bad. So, let me do that again. He makes his cut in on the backside. So he's climbing over here. Makes his cut in. And he's going to make a snap cut. But before he starts to make a back cut, so he can make sure that this big round is going to go in the exact direction that he wants, he uses a little trick to make it slide right where you want it. And he cuts a little notch out, but it's got a big Dutchman on it. Well, you would think he's just not doing his notches right, but no. He's going to now use a snap cut where he cuts into the back. This breaks off. And as he goes to push this big round off this way, it's going to slide off of this instead of, as it's going around something round, as you go to push it off like this way, it would roll to one side or the other, especially when you get into larger diameter chunks and you're going to push them, the shorter, fatter ones, they always will turn on you and twist and stuff, so that it's making a slide for the piece, a directional slide to help it in the direction you. So you could even like where it would be hard to go one direction side to side, you can put that little notch, that little lip, that'll work perfect to get it to off in the direction you want. I don't know if most guys think about stuff like that, but I noticed that was a little trick he was using. He didn't really talk about it, but it's a good trick that I've never really seen anybody else use or talk about. So I thought I'd just kind of point it out, basically. And maybe bring a little attention to it. Maybe it'll help somebody else. So, the other thing that I think makes Danimal super sick is that I see him first and he's like chewing tobacco. And I'm like, chewing tobacco is cool, but is it as cool as smoking cigarettes? And then I realized at one point, not only does he chews and smokes, so he's getting nicotined out, and I respect that, and I relate to that. So I instantly went to Instagram and I'm like, follow. But that ends day number 3. Day number 4 comes, and I'm like, this is what I don't like. I don't know why I had to have on my entire Sunday, or it's not Sunday yet, my entire Saturday, my whole day today, I started watching the Guilty of Treason video, and when it ended, I looked up, it was dark outside, and it was time to do a live feed. So don't make them this long anymore. I don't like that, but this video just didn't end. Day number 4 was just a rainy, nasty day. They finished the cleanup, had to crane some wood out and load it up. The job ends, went smooth. Jacob at the end makes some reference to like Star Trek or something. I don't know. No one understood it. But he's like something about that time, and no one understood that shit. I don't even know. I think he's talking about Star Trek. I didn't even know people watch that. But yeah, they got the job done. Go follow Danimal. That is on Instagram. It's at 425 Danimal. And then I guess my final verdict, like it turns out, you know, I'm just gonna be straight. I gotta be honest. I gotta be real. Perry Trees doesn't just tie knots and do TikTok dances. I don't even know if everybody realizes this, because that's basically all I've ever seen him do. But he can climb. He's pretty good. And yeah, but the video's too long. Actually, the video's too long. You're YouTubing too hard. That's a violation. I don't like that. You made me YouTube too long, too. Jesus. They're not all going to be that long. That was way too long. Alright. So, this right here that I'm about to do is basically a funeral for this channel. I'm done with it. I will not be watching it anymore. It's been an aggravating channel to watch. It's very frustrating to watch. It's like, I feel dumber, a little stupider every time I watch it. It's cringy as hell. But, at Lumber Joe. I tried to help these guys. I don't know if they realize it. I think they like took offense to, I don't know. Maybe they did, maybe they did. I don't really care. But they put out a video. Emerald Ash Borer explained, semicolon, signs, comma, symptoms, comma, and treatment options. Nope. That's a violation, dude. Your title's too long. It's stupid, too. It's too long. You get one sentence. I don't know what that even is. That's the most convoluted clusterfuck of words I've ever seen. That's trash. Fix that. I don't like that. So, I'm watching it. Because I'm like, oh, I'm trying to help everybody. I'm trying to hang out with everybody. I'm trying to watch their videos, trying to shout them out. Get them some subscribers. What up, John? How we doing, brother? So, I already seen this damn video. This is a second violation. The title sucked. This is, I don't even know what to categorize this as. This is stupid. You posted this video already. This is how starving, like absolutely starving for attention people are. You posted this video already. Why the hell did you just post it? It wasn't that long ago when you posted it either. And it ain't like you post videos nonstop and you got this huge library of videos and maybe people won't notice that you already posted. The video sucked when you posted it before, and it sucks double hard right now. It super sucks. No one wants to take advice on treating their trees or like information about the emerald. Dude, the dude giving the advice wears his chainsaw around his neck and has such a fat head he can't put a hard hat on. I ain't taking advice from someone that's too stupid to wear a hard hat. You shouldn't be giving advice. I feel like you've been hit in the head too many times and you're maybe just not all there anymore. But you gotta stop trying to give advice when you're not him. You're not him, pal. This is stump. You're too stupid to wear a hard hat. And he legit, I swear to you, he wears, like, I can't take them off. But he wears his shit around his neck. Here's one. This is it, right here. Look at this. I'm telling you, this guy, he uses one of these too. He clips his chainsaw to it, okay, and he wears it like this and cuts like this. So he's got a little. It's a little longer. He wears it like a purse, like a puss. That's I don't like that at all. Stop that. Stop that. I hate it, actually. I hate it so much. You're wearing a chainsaw like a purse, and let's say your chainsaw gets stuck in the cut. It's going to rip your face off and your right titty. Why? I don't like that. Just don't. And also, he's a kind of a chubby dude. So you know how chicks will wear their purse and make their boobs stick out. That's what it's doing to him. I don't like that. I don't want to watch that. Stop that. Just get a damn chainsaw lanyard like a normal human does. Boys don't wear purses. I don't care what anybody says. There is no such thing as man purse. Stop that. But I think I'm done. This wasted. I watched the whole video, and I'm like, there's something in this video that I haven't seen yet. And this guy is he's a Google climber. He's a Google tree guy. Only thing he knows about tree work, he Googles it. And then he's telling you, this is fucking cringy as fuck. You're a cornball. I'm watching him. He's wasting my time. He's got a chainsaw purse. Remember that. Fat head. Trying to teach me something about the ash board. I don't even want to know any of it. Then he's telling... Okay. So he starts talking about the cambium layer. Okay? And he calls it the cambrium. Jesus Christ. Come on, man. Dude, it's facts. I'm just trying to help people. Joseph. They're just not, no one's getting it. It's not a cambrium. I think it's a damn car or something, dude. It's called the cambium layer. I don't know where you're throwing this R in there like some kind of butt pirate, but you can chill, okay? You need to relax. You need to stop trying to teach somebody something. I think you should wear your helmet at all times. I think you should have to wear a helmet at all times. Some of the stuff you say, some of the things you're doing, the purse thing and all that, I'm out. I'm unsubscribed. No more free promo. That will be the last thing I say about that channel. I'm out. I hit unsubscribe. When you're wasting my time and posting the same video again and lying to me as the viewer, telling me that it's something else, and plus I don't want to learn nothing from you. I don't. Don't try to teach me nothing. You need to learn. So, that's it about that. Actually, I'm going to give you a ticket for cambrium. I don't like that. Stop that. Next channel. JLM Tree Service. And I didn't know what happened to this dude. I'm like, did I unsubscribe from his channel or something? Something's going on. Damn, what time did I get into that one? Because Guilty took too long is what happened. Let's see, maybe I've been on it 47. JLM Tree Service puts out a video. And the video is called We Finished the Top / Tree Removal with a Twist. That's not English. That's not a sentence. What is the deal with this? Why can't you just make a title that's like a singular sentence that makes sense? Think guys are so into trying to steal someone's super great idea where they're going to go viral. Viral's dumb. It used to be cool, But like the cool thing is that to not go viral now. This is cool. Don't watch. That's cooler than going viral now. I don't think anybody knows it, but it is. You have like 2 half sentences here that doesn't even, they don't make a whole sentence. I don't like that title. That's trash. Fix that. But the video starts. He's in his truck. I'm sorry, he seems like the type of guy. You ever had to ride in a cab with a dude that like wants to put his arm around you? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like, I hate that. I hate that. Don't do that. Why do you guys sit like this? First of all, like, if you're having like you're lacking on deodorant or you had a sweaty day, I got like your armpits right there. First, I don't know to that. Then second, I'm not your chick, so what the hell do you want to put your arm around me for? That don't fly with me. But he seems like that type of guy that if you sat in a regular like cab with a bench seat, he'd be the guy to put his arm around you. I don't like that. So that's facts. Straight facts, Ground Pounder. Don't touch me. I don't like it. So the video starts. He's driving, and he does an intro talking about this tree, about how the guy he gave the estimate to at one point, but it turns out the guy's son works for a construction company, so they were able to rent some sort of a lift or something to do some of it, but they got scared, and now he's there to save the day to do this insane, crazy, super awesome tree job with a twist. That's a little fruit. I don't even like. Why'd you have to put the twist part? I'm like, no one with a twist. I don't know. Yeah. So he does his intro from the truck, and he says, "We'll see you guys at the top." And right there, I'm like, I know when the next clip hits, he's not going to be at the top of the tree. He's not going to be there. He does this all the time. He says, "I'm going to see you at the top." And then he does this little thing where he gives a spanking. And he's never at the top. He's still at the damn bottom every time. I don't think he knows what he's doing. But he did that. He's like, "I'll see you guys at the top." And then it cuts, and he's not at the top. And I'm like, what's this guy doing? That's false information. That's wrong. You're wrong. I don't think you know what you're going to do. So it cuts to him. He's still on the ground. Now he's showing the tree at least. That's the part that didn't make any sense to me. You know you're going to get to the job, and then you're going to want to show the tree. So why you would say, "We'll see you at the top," when you're in the truck and you haven't even made it there yet? Maybe I'm getting real good at this. I knew he was going to lie. So he's a liar. He's still on the ground. And then he's like, shows the tree, and he says, "See you at the top." And then he goes to almost stop it and do his little spank thing that he does. You need to stop that. But he's going, and he stops, and then he's like, I think he may be rage baiting me a little bit, but he may have just short circuited, and he's just not all there. So he like stops, and then he's like, "Well, but yeah, we'll see you at the top." And then he spanks the camera, which, dude, only one, like, doing too much spanking. Let's just say that. He says it like 4 times. "I'll see you at the top." This guy never went to the top. I don't think he knows what the top is. I don't think he does. He never goes to the top of that tree. You never see him at the top. I don't think he even seen the top of the tree. So then he clicks back on. He says, "We changed it up. Now we're just going to pull it over," or something. I don't know. It was so all over the place. I was trying to follow it. But like, it's hard to follow something when someone's just lying to you repeatedly. I felt like I was watching Buck and Billy Ray for a little bit. And I'm like, what is going on here? So, clicks back in, he's got a rope up in the tree, and then he gets overly dramatic, like every YouTube tree guy, about how crazy this lean is on this tree. It's just a crazy lean, you know, it's so crazy. And my favorite's when they're expressing to you how crazy the lean is, but they don't really want to give you a clear shot of the tree. So, 2 snaps of it. Nope. I don't like it. Yeah, well, it happens. There's no curriculum or qualifications to be a YouTuber or to be a tree guy apparently anymore. So as long as you got a chainsaw, a camera, and a good step ladder, you're a tree guy. So he shows the tree. Oh, this crazy lean, you ain't gonna believe it. We're gonna pull it over though, YouTube. And he's doing the YouTube thing. Because we're gonna do it for you, YouTube. We're gonna bring you along. Okay. We just need to get this. I like him. I think his name's Josh. I think I like Josh. I think he's a country boy like myself. But my wife says, holy shit, what is that guy trying to be Buck and Billy Ray? And I said, what? And I kind of looked at her weird. And she says, he sounds like he's trying to be Buckin'. And I was like, holy shit. That's what it is. I just called it cringy. I just called it overly dramatic. But it's this thing where you try to imitate, and cosplay as your favorite YouTube influencer. And, brother, I checked. He's been doing videos for about 2 to 3 years, okay? We've tried to be Buck and Billy Ray. We talk about August Heineke all the time. We're grifting as hard as we can. There's people that help him, and that would shout him out and stuff like that, and that have shouted him out. But, you know, your time is spent emulating Buckin'. Trying to do the super overly excited, and I'm never negative, I'm always positive. For 3 years now, we've done this. It's not working, man. It's not the persona, the YouTube character. It's not working. So he pulls a little stick over, and you think the video's going to end, but it doesn't. I think he's probably just a good dude in general. I wish he would just drop the needing to emulate things that other people have done. Just be chill and be you. It's really hard for me to believe that that's him. You can be a positive person, but you're imitating it. If that's you at all times, that's wild. It's hard for me to believe that that's the case. It just seems like a dollar store version of Bucket. And I would rather see your channel do good, and it's not going to do good if you're just pretending to be a knockoff version of someone else. If you want to be there's something going on there where it doesn't read as genuine. I'm just being straight up honest. I want you to do good mainly because you want to do good. You're really stoked about YouTube, and you've put out videos that you're upset that your YouTube isn't doing as good as you thought it was going to do and this and that. I'm telling you, as a viewer, I'm not just a hater, as a viewer and somebody who would like to see you do good, it doesn't read as genuine, brother. It just doesn't. Like, there's something that's very disingenuous about it. So, I think maybe it's the bucking acting, the like holier than now. I'm so like I don't know, too positive. Go check him out though. I like him. I think he does good work. I think he does good with his video editing. But at JLM Tree Service, check his channel out if you get a chance. I think his name may be Josh. Alright. So, before I get started, this guy sucks. This guy sucks. Veteran Tree Service put out a video called Frustrating Tree Removal Over Power Lines and It's Dumping on Us. That's sus. What's dumping on you? What's dumping on you? We're dumping on you? What does dumping on you mean? Dumping on us? I don't know. I don't think I like it. So, but I mean, dumping. It's raining. Don't you know how to talk? It's raining. Dumping on us. Who says that? I'm telling you, it's every week this guy does something that just grinds my gears and I just don't know about him. But if you follow him, this guy, Tim, he's got this little bucket baby. Got his little baby bucket truck. So we got bucket baby with a baby bucket truck now. And he's all excited about his truck. All out of sync. Yeah, raining. That's what... He's a pussy. He's a little puss boy. A little sissy. That's what he is. It's just a little squirt truck. That's what it is. You're right. But he's got this little bucket baby. Now he's got a baby bucket truck. And it won't reach the tree again. I'm pissed off for him. Alright? So he goes and buys this bucket truck. And I've seen him attempt to use it 2 times now. Okay? First job, he took it to the tree. He got it up to the tree. Cut a few branches. And it don't work again. I'm like, what the fuck? Take it back. Take it back. Get a new one. It don't work. Then he says he figured it out. It didn't do a clunk noise and do a donk or something. He did something weird. He always does. But this one, he gets his baby bucket truck. But when you do baby trees, I'm not trying to, like, shame him for his size. But, like, he does little trees. So, a little bucket truck is good enough. It works. It's going to get it done. So, yeah. Yeah, girl. That's it. But he pulls his little truck up, and he's going to do this tree. So, let me show you this is what he's got, okay? He's got, like, a stump, and the stump's got this. It's got some limbs on it. Like something like that, okay? Just a weird tree. He pulls his little truck. His truck's like this big. Truck. with a little bucky on it. He's got this little bucket here. So this is man, I am fucking good at drawing. Sometimes I forget. So he's got his little baby bucket truck. Okay, you see the baby, this Tim, okay, and you got a little baby bucket truck, tree's too big. I forgot he does little trees. But for the sake of the whole demonstrate, look, let's do this. So he goes and he lifts his little baby bucket truck up. Okay, that was almost extended all the way out. It's extended all the way out. He's got his little bucket, and he's like, turns out it's not big enough. Brother, how did you look at the damn tree and think it was gonna be big enough? I've never seen it. This is what size I think it is. I will admit the tree is way too big and detailed, but I think the truck is actual size. I'm being real. Here, I'll get it closer so it looks bigger for you guys. You see it? I draw a little Tim right there. Put a ponytail and a purse. It's like a little Tim in there. He's like ready to do the cuts. Okay? So he gets there and he's like, oh, it turns out it's too little. I can't do it. Okay. I know you haven't had time to become a proficient bucket truck operator, okay? But I watched him put the bucket truck up and then climb in this tree, which we will get into violations that happened when he was trying to climb. He tries. He does try. But, dude, if your bucket truck, let's say your bucket truck, your baby bucket truck, it goes 60 foot, okay? Even 80 foot. If it goes 80 foot, so you got a little truck here, and the lift goes up. Okay, he's up here. Let's say that's 80 foot. And your tree is 120. Or let's say it's 70 foot. And the tree's 120. With a 120 tree, this is what I used to do. Just a little tip. I used to have a 60-foot bucket that I used. I would remove 100-foot trees all the time with a 60-foot bucket with no trouble. I'll just take the damn thing and dog leash it. If that limb, okay, say you're doing it on one that if has a union in it, and that's what you're worried about. It gets to where it's got a crazy, like, union in here. The way I look at it is if this branch can hold itself already, as long as you don't launch it off and slam it into it and shock it like crazy, you can dog leash, put a notch in it right here. Or I guess you got to put it in down here. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Go down here. I would dog leash this thing. Hook a strap up like one of these straps. Find a bigger version or use two of them. Strap the piece on. Put a notch. And strap it down here. And then I would hang that entire section right here, cut it, and let it hang there, and then I would come down and process it. There were so many times I would take I used to have a huge setup, a tow strap, a massive, thick tow strap that I did an oak tree, an entire oak tree top one time, the entire thing, and hung it. And it was like a 110 foot, and it was massive. And it was like the biggest fucking canopy down here that was hanging up underneath it, but I couldn't reach anything. But as long as you're up 70 foot, this goes 120. So you think about that, that's 50 foot right there. You can hang 50 foot here because you're 70 foot. It's still going to be 20 foot off the ground. It's pretty simple. I just don't think he really spent enough time to think about it, because I watched him then climb up there and rig pieces just as big, and he was forced to be tied into it, which I don't really understand. His tree was like, I was showing you before, it was like a bunch of fingers that came out of it. A big stump, and then a bunch of fingers that came out. So you could have done each one individually. Or hooked this stem back over to this one. So you swung it, and it, you know, if this one's got a crazy lean, but I think he needs to invest in a little bit of a setup so you can just dog leash stuff, bro. Like, that's going to save your ass and let you use that bucket truck. A lot of times when you probably go to look at it and you're like, oh, the bucket doesn't reach. Well, I will be the first to tell you, you know how many times I've had a guy say, hey, I rented a lift and this and that, but it won't reach. And I'm like, did you take it back? No, I already rented it for the whole day. I was like, all right, I'll come there in a second. And I'll show up, and they'll say, it only reaches halfway. And then I'll just dog leash it and hang it and get it close to me by dropping it down and hanging it off the side of the tree. Then I can come down and process it slowly and then go up and take the strap off. You know, it doesn't get used as much in climbing because of the aggravation of having to be all over the place. But if you're going to sit there and rig off of the tree and be tied into it, why not just dog leash it and be in the bucket and just hang it and then be able to process it without the fear of your tie-in point failing because you're getting way out here having to rig big anyway. So yeah, you could do that. Yep. John, appreciate you, brother. Hey, have a Merry Christmas. We'll see you after Christmas. Stay safe. Do the same with a block. Yeah, I mean, you could just lock it off. Yeah. You know, having a lot of rope and stuff. That's why I like to dog leash. And the way I think about it is, if this branch, even like horizontal branches like oak trees, where you got a horizontal branch that's massive, I will just hang it off of itself, because in my opinion, if that union is strong enough to hold the branch stretched out and have all that pressure out there on the tip, if I swing it down and put it in closer, put all that weight, bring it in closer to the collar where it's going to be stronger, it should be able to take it with no problem. So I did that so much when I worked out of a bucket, to the point that, like, I would be asked all the time, the guy who owned the bucket, like, how did you do that with the bucket? He would tell me, oh, you know, it's too big, can't be done with the bucket. And I was like, I did it with the bucket. How? And don't worry about it. I say GB Bollard with the CMI rope jack for the win. Alright, yeah, so Tim ends up putting his bucket truck away because he's got baby bucket truck for a little bucket baby boy. It don't work. He climbs anyway because he won't reach high enough. He says, when he gets up in this tree and he's about to start rigging stuff out, the tree has some very, like I said, long, gangly looking stems off of a little short, stubby. It's got that low lying V syndrome. Little stubby trunk, long, gangly stems growing out. So he's going to rig off one, but you can tell by the way this limb grows, it doesn't have the best strength. It's at a bend already. And he says, I think I should probably run a redirect back to the center stem and then down to the porter wrap, and it'll strengthen it. He's like, but it'll be all right. So instead, they use the one stem, which I hate seeing that shit, where you know what I was talking about before, where guys end up having all that like negative space sticking out where the rope is. So it's kind of like this, and he gets out here on this one, okay? And he's going to rig this one. And he's like tied in maybe over here. You got Tim, he's got fat head. So, fat head. So he's gonna rig this out. The bucket got to here, and he ends up rigging this piece out. And it's pretty long. I feel like it was just as long as if he would have dog leashed it with the bucket. Didn't really make any sense to me, but I feel like he hasn't had the bucket long enough to think about stuff like that. So, as he's going to do it, he puts his rigging rope there, and he's like, I think I should probably run a redirect over, because his plan is to put a block right here, and they have the porter wrap strapped off, and right here. So you end up with a bunch of negative space right there. And when this goes over, and that weight drops into that, it rips this damn stem an insane amount. Like, it was stupid how much it moved. And he's got his lanyard around it. His instinct said, and he even says it in the video, I think I should probably run a redirect to strengthen this stem, which is exactly what that would have done. Even if he'd have ran just to the one next to him, it's going to change the way that this thing moves. So if he'd have ran the rope up there to a redirect over to there, that changes everything. That changes everything. These two stems, when the weight drops down, they go together instead of ripping down to where it's potentially going to fail right here. You know, where this stem goes into this big fat trunk. It was enough that I was absolutely sketched out for him watching it. And I'm like, dude, that's just ridiculous. You cut a piece that you could have dog leashed to begin with. Then you just rigged in a sketchy, insane way. Like, the negative space is gone there, if you notice. Because of the redirect and routing that rope up through the center, he's now eliminated the big negative space too. And the way it's going to react, it's strengthened everything. Jailbreak equals PTS. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, I just trust your instincts next time, Tim. Instead of trying to rush. Like, he is the one that said I should run a redirect. I just wish he would have listened to himself and did it. And not taking that risk, because I don't want to see him end up getting hurt. It would be nice. Randy is the Mandy. That guy is one of those lucky tree guys that hasn't had an accident. And maybe God's blessed him and he will never have it. Stick to that and be that guy. Don't be one of us idiots that's had the accident and it's life altering. You know, don't go through it. Next, he looks like a noob when he's rigging sometimes. Like, I'm just being real. Like, did you just start doing tree work? I I mean, when he's on a telephone pole tree, like the single stem tree, and it's just like a little telephone pole with some little fuzzies on it, he's okay. Like, he seems like he may know a little bit. But you put him in something other than a little electric pole tree, and this guy doesn't know what's going on. I also think your title is overly dramatic. It's not really over the power lines. They're around, and you could potentially hit them. And I don't know what you're frustrated. Like, the title is frustrating tree removal over power lines, and remember, it's shitting on us. I think is what he meant to say. Dumping on us, which is a weird title. Yeah, I don't like that title. And dude, tree work is easy. Tree climbing, super easy. Removing trees, super easy. Working around power lines, super safe, super easy. I don't know nothing about the dumping thing, getting dumped on. That's weird. That don't happen to me. But I don't understand why you're so frustrated. Tree work's easy. And by the end, he like starts to look like maybe he can do a few things. He figured a few things out. And for God's sake, someone tell Little Snatch to let it run. Teach this guy what letting it run means. I don't think he knows what let it run means. Because, like, there's maybe one or two pieces in the whole damn, both trees, I think he ended up doing multiple trees, that he actually let it run. Like, homie is just too frictioned out, brother. This is from me to you, Little Snatch. That's not how you let it run. Fix that. I don't like it. So Seattle Tree Care would be the next YouTube channel, and they put out a video called Behind the Scenes with STC. I'm like, oh, are they going to record another tree service? No. STC means Seattle Tree Care. How are you going to put your own name in the title? What? I don't even like when I try to do a live video and YouTube tries to say Steelborn Live. I don't like that. That's dumb. So he's talking about himself behind the scenes with STC and a / major commercial tree project. And see, I've been like an advocate for this channel for a while, and I always wonder, why doesn't it catch on? What is it about this channel that people don't like? Why is it not blown up yet? Because one of the biggest operations I've ever seen, one of the nicest dudes I've ever seen, the editing and camera quality, top notch, the trees and the surroundings, like the environment, good. He's worked with multiple very popular influencers. Nothing's working. And I think it's too commercial. I think he focuses, like, the videos are too commercial. Like, it's too much about production and your operation, and it's not relatable. People can't relate to it. That's where I feel like the biggest issue, and like disconnect ends up coming in, is it's not relatable. It's like the whole focus for the video is all about, sorry, I forgot to do timestamps. It's like all about how big the operation is and the equipment, and I think people like YouTube because of the intimate relationship they can have, which sounds gay as hell, but the like close relationship that they can have with their content creators. They get to know them, they feel like they on a personal level, and the stuff that they do is just more about, like, look at how many trucks we have, look at how much work we get done, this is the large conglomerate we're working with or for. And it just, I think for it to take off, it needs to have a little bit more of that intimate, close, personal, like, connection. And it's just, that's what it's missing. If Peter would involve himself more and do a little bit more there, I think that would help build the channel. And you can still do the large commercial situation. I'm puzzled at why this channel hasn't blown up. And I'm just being honest. I tried to watch, I tuned out. So, like, and I like it. So, just my 2 cents. I don't know everything. Self-inflection or inflation? Both. Both. So, next channel, Game of Trees. And this is another one. Why does the title got your damn name in it? Everyone knows you're going to be Kevin. Kevin takes down a tree with his handsaw. This is the most Sesame Street title I've ever read. Kevin takes down a tree with his handsaw. What? There's just... That title sucks. It's just weird. Why do you have to say your name? Kevin takes down... Do you think someone's scrolling through YouTube and they're like, oh, I love Kevin's? And they're like, click on it because of that? I don't know what he was trying for this. Like, maybe he just wanted people to know his name or something? Kevin takes down a tree with his handsaw. Well, whatever. So, Kevin is a bored... Okay, let me try this again. He's a boring master certified arborist. I think that's the technical term for his title for where he's at. And he's climbing and removing a spruce tree. And he calls it a Doug fir. And it's like this little baby spruce tree. It's a little bitty spruce tree. Like, it's maybe 40 foot on a good day. If it was wearing heels, it's a 40-foot tree. I don't think it was a Doug fir. Like, the problem is, I don't really know what I'm talking about because I've never done a Doug fir, but I totally was excited that you forgot. Shut up. What are you even doing here? Who let him in? But yeah, he's like, after he calls it a spruce tree, and then later on, apparently, he calls it a Doug fir. And I think it's just he wishes it was a Doug fir because he would love to skin Guilty of Treason and wear him as like a costume. But I couldn't watch the rest of the video. I tuned out. I don't think it's a Doug fir. I think you're wrong. Even though you're a boring master certified arborist, I think you're wrong. And you know what happens if it turns out that I'm wrong? That's okay. Because I don't go around talking about how boring and I'm a master certified arborist. So, it's not a Doug fir. I think you're dumb. Alright, next channel. August Honeyke puts out the most insanely... Actually, this one. Your video was boring. It sucked. It was boring. I wish I could have my time back. He used an echo chainsaw, and he talked with monotoned. He has no personality anymore. He just looks burnt out. He looks like he hates making videos. And then he randomly puts out these YouTube shorts where he talks to the trolls. Just stop acknowledging it. What do you care? This dude really thinks that he can convince you to like him. Brother, I don't give a damn what you do. You could stand on your head and, like, I don't even know what you could do. You could do something cool, and it's not going to change my opinion. Like, not everybody's going to like you, but he's always putting out these YouTube shorts where he's talking about the trolls and, like, explaining himself and trying to justify what he does. I don't know. it comes off as super insecure and like pick me, try hard kinda. It's weird, dude. I don't like it. Fix that shit. I don't like it. Bubba's wild then. That's not cool. Then Guilty of Treason shows up again. I don't know who. This dude, at the beginning of the week, he did put out another video, and I realized it later on, where it was called I Did Not Want to Post This Embarrassing Video, was the name of the title. The title works. The video starts out, and he's like, do you guys remember when I got in trouble and I got investigated? Yes, I remember it. I made that happen. I don't know why he's asking stupid questions. Like, do you remember? Yes, I did it. If you look back, I did all that. I tried to warn him. I told him, stop it. Like, knock it off. And he didn't listen to me. So then I had to hand it over to the authorities, and then it went from there. I told him, I gave him, I warned him. You know, after it got out of my jurisdiction, there wasn't much I could do, and I did ask him to take it easy on him. But he talks about how he got fined and how he was gonna upload this video the next day, but it had a bunch of safety violations in it, and he was scared to because he's a little girl, he's a little sissy. I don't know what he's all scared about, but don't ask me if I remember about you getting in trouble. Yes, I made that happen. I don't know if anybody just don't remember that or something, but I remember. So he's talking about this job that he's getting ready to show us, and he says that it's funny that OSHA's one of his subscribers, and I don't know if he even realizes still to this day it was me, but he says later on, not only that, but he ends up putting a hole and smashing a gazebo in this video. And he's like, that's not funny, but I sent the homeowners $200 to $300 for smashing their gazebo, and they were happy. Well, first of all, that's destruction of property. That's a violation. Second, I've still yet to receive my money. He asked, can I pay you off and you'll be nice to me? And I said, yeah. And I was like, how much money? And he told me the large sum that we agreed to. And I said, and he said, how would you like it? I said, cash. And he's like, I don't have that. And I said, check. That's fine. And he said, I'll send you that. And I just don't think he sent me the check yet. I still haven't seen no monies. Still waiting on that. But apparently this is just, it's an old video. So there is a lot of them climbing like some Buck and Billy Ray rejects, where they just buckstrap Billy Ray their whole way up the tree, and I don't like it. Just unsafe. But I can't really get in, I can't really ticket them for all of it because it is old and they do better now. So I can't. At least they're better now. But in the video, Isaac climbs, Jake climbs, and Randy climbs. They all have their own tree. They give Randy the female chainsaw, and I think it's because he's just way faster than everybody else. So they were trying to even things out. So Randy gets stuck with the one with a battery saw, which is absolutely for women. But that's just to slow him down. That way everybody else could keep up. But I mean, Jacob puts a hole in the gazebo because he doesn't know how to do tree work. But he tries. And they got the trees down, did the cuts, and yeah. I'm waiting for my check though. I wish he would just send me my check so I could stop checking the mail and walking out to the mailbox every single day hoping it's in there. Next YouTube channel is Lawrence Schultz 3000. What am I doing and why? Episode 12. And basically in that video, I think some people didn't really get it. He's just dog leashing. So he's showing a technique where just like when your bucket truck can't reach something, you can dog leash it to itself, then drop down and process it and hang it so that you can get the height out. You can do that same thing with crane work when you have a stem over here that the crane can't really reach, but it can reach this one. So what you do is you dog leash this one off of this one and hang it there and then pick this one. So basically it's just a dog leashing technique. In the video, Lawrence says that it's a Mark Chisholm trick. And when I started dog leashing stuff, probably 9 years ago or so, I had never really seen anybody do it. It's just, I first used it with a couple limbs that it was just far out of reach, and then I started to realize I can use it here, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I started rigging entire tops out of trees and hanging them so that I could process them with a bucket. And so, yeah, that's what it was. I think that's about all I got for this week. I think that is every channel that I got for this week. So Guilty was, let's say, 135, maybe? Yeah. Who cares about August or the rest of it? Yeah. So what's up? That's all I got for you. I'm tapped out. That's the violations for this week. Buckins farting on people. He's a disgusting old man. And, like, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. But I think that's about it. Tip. My guy low Impact didn't make it this week. But look what he sent. I've been using a maze dam since I was a teenager. I'm in my 40s. I've never used a 3-strand rope with a maze dam, which it's designed for a 3-strand rope. And low impact forestry. I lost my other rope that I use last week. I don't even have a rope to pull trees over anymore. Well, I have a small rope that I would just connect some other ropes to and extend them out and use that small section to go into the tree jack. It's like 40 foot worth. But that's what I would do in that situation, is I would take like a bull rope and then connect it to that 60 or like 40 foot section, and then run the 40 foot section through my tree jack and just hope that it gives me enough pull before I get to the knot. But yeah, 250 foot lift sent me Brandon. Low Impact Forestry and Tree sent me probably the greatest Christmas gift I could get. So I just showed it because I want you to be jealous, and I really hope you're jealous. That would make me really happy right now. You learn to climb on that stuff? That's crazy, because that stuff's really, it's not the easiest to be knotting. Like, it's not the most malleable to be doing knots and stuff, but I'm so stoked. The 250 foot rope, my stuff was down to like 90 foot. My white rope that had the hook on it that I used for all my pulling trees over it was maybe 85 foot or so. Maybe it was 90, but at one point I think it think it originally was maybe 150 foot, 120 to 50. I think it was about 150 originally, and then it dropped down to 120 foot rope because some got cut. Then it dropped down to like a 90 foot rope. So little by little, I cut that thing up. I cut my rigging line, broke my axe, and left the most important rope somewhere in the woods. So I was without a rope, and I'm stoked to have that. I'm really, really stoked. So low impact. Hang on. Yeah, you made it. Dude, you are the man. You are the man, Brandon. Thank you so much, brother. Like you made my week. Like I didn't even know how I was gonna pull some hillbilly shit to make it work until I could figure out how to get another rope, and I probably wouldn't have bought the right rope. I would have been ignorant like always and bought like a 12 strand because I can use it for multiple things and not just for the maze. Now to have a designated rope for the maze dam and something that potentially if I need a super long rigging line I can use, like, it's so awesome. Oh, right on. Okay, I'm glad you made it, brother. Like okay, lurking, that's good. There's a lot of tree guys that do that and they just sit there and they're just very quiet. Why? There's 27 of you. There's not 27 of you talking. Say something. Don't be a sissy. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. I don't bite hard. Watch the number drop down. There's like 4 people now. It's weird. What's weird? You looking in the mirror again? Stop. We're in the middle of doing a live feed. This guy, I swear to God, he just always doing something weird. He's got his pants down looking in the mirror. Like, I don't know. I don't trust him. You can't trust him. He's always doing something crazy. He's got a mirror. He's standing one leg cocked up on the sink. I don't know. More than 3 strands is a waste. Yeah. Facts. Yeah. Who needs that 24 and 36 strand shit that they use for SRT? That stuff junk. He's shaving. Is that what he's doing? Right on. I'm telling you, you can't. You can't. That guy. Because he looks 12. I know. I don't like that. I hate that. I'm super hip, super young. I say it on occasions. People ask me all the time, like, are you in your 20s? I'm like, no, not quite. But I don't like how young he looks. It pisses me off. Like, get some facial hair or something, you know? So you can't grow a whole beard. I can't either. Look how trashy mine grows in. But, like, I look fucking 16 years old when I shave it, so I'm going to leave it. Yeah, you got to grow up, Tim. Get big. Lucky's a dwarf. I gave, like, I did a section just, actually, Tim, if you get a chance, though, you don't have to watch the whole live feed. I did yours at 1 hour and 5 minutes, and I discussed, you just need to be better. Bottom line, you need to be better, and if you listen to me and do what I tell you, you'll be cooler, you'll be better, and just you'll be cooler and better. Like, good. Actually, yeah, I prefer that. Shut your eyes. Shut your mouth too. and your thumbs. Stop typing. I don't like that. He does, dude. He's got that. I get that message all the time. I hope you're having a great day. Want to be just like you. He sends me so many messages, and I'm like, I bet. What are you typing again for? He doesn't listen either. I don't know, guys. I'm tapped out. It's not in my nature to really be mean, and I only have so much of it. I think I'm tapped out. I hate YouTube. I hate everybody. I hate everything, except for Low Impact. Thank you for the rope. And all my. Not really an early ending. I've been going for an hour and 50 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna go and hang out with the wife. I got like Christmas presents and shit to wrap. So I can, I cross Low Impact off the list. I'm still waiting for everybody else's gift. Tim, you can just send me money. Text me. I'll give you my PayPal. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Just don't do stupid. Don't do anything sus. Don't do anything dumb. Like, try to be cool. Try to be like a man. You don't have to be these girly boys. Don't be a soy boy. Stop using battery saws. Just be cool. Be better. Be super young and hip like me. And I'll catch you guys next time. I appreciate you hanging out, but I'm done with this. Thank you. Stay safe. Have a very, very, very good Christmas. Hope all you guys are good. And, no. You know how bad I am at that? I'm about to use 4 or 5 containers of the rolls of the clear tape. I'm that guy. I'll just wad it up. And actually, Drew, yeah, I'm lying a little bit. I'm probably just going to put a bunch of shit in bags, okay? Facts. I am terrified. That is right. I was good until you came on. I told everybody I did not want to talk to Tim. I was like, if that guy shows up, I'm doing, this is it. It's over. And then you showed up, and I'm like, so, no. You guys get lucky for me to even do YouTube in general. Actually, I'm ending everything now. I'm starting a Patreon. I don't even know what that is, but I see other people do it. And I think it'll make it even harder for people to see me, which I like. I don't want anybody to see me. I just want to talk my shit and be alone. So I like, because I'm better company. Alright? If you want the truth. Alright? See ya. Have a Merry Christmas. And maybe if I get some time on Christmas or something, maybe I'll, as long as Tim's not in the chat, I'll try to jump in. But have a good one, guys. Stay safe. Appreciate you all. Catch you later.